Welcome to Fintech Fair, your trusted source for uncovering the truth in the fintech industry. Today we're diving deep into a story that exemplifies why our channel's mission is more important than ever. A 900 million valued UK fintech has just collapsed into administration, and the story behind it reveals a complex web of Russian money laundering allegations, questionable transactions, and a history of suspicious activities. Let's uncover what really happened at Stenn. The story begins with HSBC Innovation Bank's application to London's High Court, resulting in two of Stenn's UK units being placed into administration. But what triggered this action by one of the world's largest banks? The answer lies in a series of US criminal indictments that sent shockwaves through the financial sector. These documents contained seemingly innocuous references to Stenn and its Russian founder and chief executive, Greg Karpovsky. However, these references were enough to prompt HSBC to launch a thorough investigation into potentially suspicious transactions. The investigation revealed troubling connections. According to US authorities, Stenn Assets UK, one of the companies now in administration, received $1.7 million in October 2020. The source? A Singaporean company with direct links to Felix Medvedev, a Russian citizen who has since pleaded guilty to operating an unlicensed money-transmitting business that moved more than $150 million in Russian money. But that's not all. Another indictment revealed that Karpovsky's personal email address was connected to a trading account at a Singaporean metals exchange, an account that played a role in this elaborate scheme. The U.S. authorities have already indicted two other Russian nationals for their alleged roles in the conspiracy, with charges including money laundering. One of these alleged co-conspirators and their company have already been sanctioned by the U.S. Treasury. Before this scandal emerged, Stenn had positioned itself as a rising star in the fintech world. Specializing in invoice financing, the company had secured impressive partnerships with international banking giants including Citigroup and Barclays. In 2022, Citigroup proudly announced a partnership with Stenn to close the financing gap for small and medium-sized businesses. That same year, U.S. private capital firm Centerbridge Partners made a significant bet on Stenn's future, investing $50 million in the company's preference shares at a $900 million valuation. HSBC Innovation Bank's involvement came through a revolving credit facility, originally signed with Silicon Valley Bank UK before HSBC's acquisition following SVB's collapse in 2023. However, there were early warning signs that many seemed to ignore. In 2018, EY, serving as Stenn's auditor, took the significant step of resigning. Their reason? Concerns regarding certain related party transactions and the sufficiency of explanations provided by management. Digging deeper into Karpovsky's past reveals more troubling patterns. Before establishing Stenn in 2015, he founded and led Eurocommerce, another invoice finance company. This company met a similar fate, falling into insolvency after defaulting on its debt in late 2008. The aftermath was particularly telling. In 2010, U.S. hedge fund HBK Investments filed a lawsuit against Russian investment bank Troika Dialog, alleging that Eurocommerce was an enormous fraud built on fake clients and non-existent receivables. While Troika Dialog denied these allegations and HBK later withdrew the New York lawsuit, the parallels to the current situation are striking. The story takes another turn with Karpovsky's involvement in Silverbird Global, another UK fintech that failed in 2023. This company collapsed into administration in March after discovering potential breaches of Russian financial sanctions in payments made to intermediaries during 2022 and 2023. In an interesting twist, Silverbird's chief executive and founder, Maxim Faldin, also known as Max Grossman-Yavorski, joined Stenn as the company's new chief customer officer shortly after Silverbird's collapse. When approached for comment, Karpovsky stated he was cooperating with Stenn's administrators, adding that while it would not be appropriate to comment on the process, he was obviously concerned about any allegations of impropriety, and denied any wrongdoing in connection with Stenn. Regarding the Eurocommerce allegations, Karpovsky maintains that any potential wrongdoing in that business is proved to have taken place long after my departure from the company. Meanwhile, major players including Citi, HSBC, Barclays, and Centerbridge have all declined to comment on the situation. This collapse raises serious questions about the due diligence processes in fintech partnerships and investments. How did major financial institutions miss or ignore these red flags? What does this reveal about the current state of fintech regulation and oversight? The Stenn case perfectly illustrates why our channel, Fintech Fair Play, exists. To shine a light on the darker corners of the fintech industry and protect investors and consumers from potential fraud and misconduct. If you want to stay informed about similar investigations and deep dives into the fintech world, make sure to subscribe to Fintech Fair Play and hit the notification bell. We're committed to bringing you the truth about the fintech industry, one story at a time. Join our community of informed professionals and help us promote transparency in fintech.